So let's start up with today's. If you've been following on Twitter, today's melted Sundays, so to speak. As I'm gonna go ahead and drink with the big J there, the J man, so to speak. Which I was working on a lot of this old religious rhetoric and humor on shit, but some people got it the wrong way, and I had even more fun about it. So anyway, the old idiom out of the Catholic rite and some Christians is John the Baptist came baptizing out of the woods, or came baptizing, and Jesus came drinking. So I don't know. That's why I don't do these. That's why I call it drinking with the J-Man. I support the guy, like a historic figure. People ask me if I believe in this stuff. I'm like, well, he was a historic figure, at least. I mean, people fought wars about it. Come on. Unless someone... I know he's also the Catholic Church's poster boy. And he even wouldn't. He was against the church even then. I mean, I can get Hebrew on your hiney and just be like, all of it's idol worship. But instead I'll get philosophical and a little scholarly and a little bit of psychology behind it. And you look at how Rome was at that point with a slave caste system, everything. Okay, where humanity itself was gone, effectively, or dying. And what the guy was trying to breathe humanity back. See, that's a lot of what his psychology was about. And his philosophy. So I'm going to talk about the J-Man. I guess, shit that actually stands the test of time. If he did miracles and all that, that still diffuses the fact of what he offered during that time to the actual hearts and minds. And that's ultimately why I kept saying you had an angry mob, but you couldn't get the guy off the cross. And for these other people that like to use, should I carry a damn guy on a stick? Does that look appeasing? Anyway, I mean, in some places, Mary was the one on the cross. You go to Europe. Some places in America made it here, sometimes the branches of Christianity, whatever they call it here in America. Sect, S-E-C-T, sect. Get your minds out of the gutter, you mindless clay things. Anyway. I should just have like a sip counter going on instead. Anyway. There's a nice breeze in the air today. It wouldn't surprise me if I had a little ant stowaway on my dang sunglasses, I swear. Anyway, well, it's just because of the side peripheral hitting my dang eyes like that. Anyway, I digress. Isn't it nice out here? You know what? I don't know if any of my other videos have shown it, but that thing only started strobe lighting to a degree. I had that right. But never mind that. I mean, it could just be the fact that I'm carrying a magnetic field propagating device in my backpack. It could be something like that. It is. Very real. In fact, as I've said several times, what's in my backpack is above the legal limit of most residential and commercial properties, etc. Go figure. that I really was better off in some barn in Wasion working on what I'm working on than people trying to play fancy with me. And I'm like, well, I'm just too rugged, too rough. I can keep it Gucci though. I can keep it fresh. Well, Gucci is when I got my own running water inside, at least. So I'm not like having to do like a sponge bath every day. You know, people just thought I wasn't even paying attention to hygiene or whatever. Meanwhile, other people thought this shit was the trail marks or what the hell they call it. No, that's from living out in the fucking woods, in New Orleans. Sweat pimples that encapsulate. It might be TMI, but people make videos of that shit. Just like that could be actually a bug in my damn chin for how long it's been festering. Isn't that fun? And actually, yeah, it happens. Not crush the shit out of it. So hopefully, it'll recapsulate anything, and then boom, done. Meanwhile, I was cleaner living out in the woods, I swear. So, as one of the last times I'll be, got about a month and a half left, but depends on where they're going with this. That's why I'm waiting. So, anyway, before I digress, I was talking about the J-Man and all the writs. So I kept saying, like, when these Bible banters come showing up, I'm like, yeah, no, I'll stick up for the J-Man every day, but don't, and that's why I even said I forgive him for what you guys do in his name. How crazy is that? I was on Twitter about this. Some of this is actually, that's where a lot of my satire and joke material is all in written form because, most of that's all live delivery, and I haven't really put most of my actual satirical shit going there too often. In a minute, at least. But hell. If I just had it, technically these things should have been grandfathered in or something. But I'm not responsible for the DIY window. Pull back the skirting. I'm responsible for that water line. I'm not responsible for that thing. That's verified. So I have to redo all of it. I've made a video about this. Just saying things really haven't changed. And the main point is I don't have transportation or debit card. See, I've tried to reload my stupid PayPal in 3-4 different places. It was just, I think I got it fixed now, but it's probably locked down again because there was unauthorized purchases being made on it. So I just basically, it's like my Direct Express card is still active now for some reason, even though I reported it stolen and told the bank. But the thing was, when the bank says they need the police report and the police say they need the bank report, where's the due process? Meanwhile, this is still here. I'm not gonna touch it. Hell, buddy Levi and the can left over. I already made a little story about look at how everything's, played out there. But never mind that. I'd be throwing the sticks in the air right now, but I'll wait for the evening hour. I throw the sticks to mow my yard with, because I can't run a lawnmower. But yeah, see, everything's still pretty nice. I'll move here to the shade and try to do this satire back to the roots, like I said. A little commercial break as I'm like summing up everything that I've been doing the whole time compared to what people thought I was doing. Now ain't that something? I left that there for her. Not too shabby if you look at it. Hey, I could even have that behind me, and then it looks like I'm just surrounded by woods, like smoke and mirrors, right? Give me a second here. My tree log tables seen better days. Swear. I'm gonna silence for all those people that actually the J-Man was talking about that between the dead and the living word, you know. Other than bringing back, common humanity, although, Jesus' love uh, has been so miscued, I would just call it, returning the hue back to humanity. Oh, the humanity. Well, people were being butchered and caste systems all throughout Rome, and even the Slavics. Well, think of the Greek Roman joke of 1,000 years. If my real eye color doesn't scare the shit out of you through these lenses. So anyway, um, most of us don't remember Thrive, but we do know we've been able to patch a lot of it together, and also, the survivors who had to go underground, just like, the Christians had to, or the Gnostics had to, for a time before Rome was, killing everyone or enslaving them. While in Rome, there's another idiom for you, one of those out of the writ, you know. I just think it's sad. I've had so many personal experiences with people trying to use their Bible banter and all that. That's why I just. What I actually, you know, de-Christianized, I went about. A lot of people just thought I was going to devil worship or something. I was like, no, that's part of all of this bullshit. The carnal? No, thank you. I'm far too primal. So, I mean, that's my joke, like with the carnal freaks, because I just looked it all up, because the maintenance guy conveniently brought up that that word, carnal wisdom, and I said carnal. I don't have a sudden instinct to kill your carnal shit, and in the writ, it's the anti-beast. So think of feral versus and primal. As in primal, not no primal urges, instinct versus nature, and that's where a lot of my Twitter shit is. On the psychology side, even versus human behavior and conditioning, nature versus conditioning. Well, the reason why I was sharing that, the dead terrorist or journalist. I've been out there with, like, camera here, not in people's faces like that, but not no dick with a camera, but I was actually trying to get some reaction footage, but I just haven't been able to do it because everything's been so fucking taken out of context that I did my own PR thing. And now that I've stirred it up and have to be my own blood and drop back down in my own type of transferable skills, I'm very peaceful. I'm against violence, okay? But I will make violent innuendos because Savacity versus dark humor is a temperate place, like food. Not to rip that joke off, but, I might as well be doing nothing like I'm already doing nothing. Of course, technically, the universe is doing everything, if you want to paraphrase the universe. But never mind. That's why I haven't been out here being too strong with my cat, Kruski. Kru. Because she has every right to enjoy all of this that's left, These are cedars or something. They grow relatively quickly. About 20 years old, maybe 10 to 20 years old tops. Maybe a little bit older. Maybe it was here before and they cut it back. Yeah, that's where those vines come from too. They're called saps or something like that. Can't remember all the terms. It's been a minute. I'm a little rusty. Brush up on some terms on that side, especially since even my herbal sciences was one of the last palettes in my cranium I was reviewing after the incident last September, of course. Hell, the kind of dialogues that occurred there is exactly why I call it Z-Files. I ain't even playing. I could do the same shit. I don't understand. It's alright though. I might have to go get some tobacco here in a second and put my thoughts and prayers out there, quote unquote, my thoughts and prayers. And I put the heart there. And every time I said heart, there was some other bitch that thought I was talking about my. I'm like, come on. It might not be for kids, but I'm not making too many innuendos like that. It's just, you know, have between a PR campaign, which if you have been following, I've already been going through the damn YouTube. You see how cross-eyed I get about it. So I've already been going through the channel and sprucing it up, you know, and bearing the circumstances and all that with the advertising campaign. That's why I've just been sitting there going, why haven't I had a soliciting ticket for my YouTube channel yet? You know, I gotta get business cards. I don't know, I can get them for like $5 on the net, but um, I guess there's a difference. Like if you want to go from the carnal to the anti-beast, or Lazarus, and flip back from everything that people have been doing out there, perception even. What you think you know, this knowledge shit. I might as well be the damn devil, but I'm not offering no fucking fruit to you. You gay. Oh, let New Orleans know down there that I actually found out that guess what? Go figure. Word to the old Treme on that. I mean, they hated my two-tone jazz and fucking cruise. Word to all my people out there too. On this Sunday, this blessed evening and morning, everything between. Never mind my pupil dilation, just because my brain went cross-eyed for a second over ode to humanity. So you can put all of your idols on a cross for me, would you? Because I put Satan there first, Sweet baby Jesus in a microwave. Yeah. I say the government's got like first contact, and I'm like, you know what? Talk about ethnic groups. I used to think we were fucking vampires or some shit. Oh, we eat vampires, man. You guys know about vampires? Where's it at? Where's that vampire? Where's that vampire? What's he doing? Is he just living? Or is he sniffing? Is he living? Or is he living? Anyway, that's what happens for a two-faced snake versus a one-faced serpent. Cobra. Difference is that we have the bottom fangs because we eat vampires, don't you get it? And that's just our ethnic history. You want to hear more tribal history? We had totem poles, like I said, but who gives a fuck? You know what Rome told us? This is where people thought I was being racist or something. said, no, when you walk around in Rome, just remember you're probably walking on the literal ashen bones of my ancestors. Just the same. Work faster, or make you part of the brick and the mortar. Hey, at least I heard they just stopped at 400 years of goddamn fucking same bullshit fucking selective breeding nonsense here in America. Speaking of such, Kosovo. Anyway, as I rip my second cousin's uncle's soul out of his very being. Traditions versus religion, don't you love it? I think I will get some tobacco instead now. Instead of what people thought. I blink is because I have a fucking eyelash that I still have to get the fucking. Hey. It was involuntary, but I've run into those kind of people just saying. They're like, oh, every little facial expression is gotta be something. I'm like, no, you're stuck in meaning. Go play make-believe somewhere else, would you? Do these eyes look like they give a shit about your psychosis? Ladies and gentlemen, does it look like I will just eat your thoughts from the inside out yet? Good. I hope I gave the devil nightmares today. Otherwise, my job is just not right. And my AI replica is being a cunt worse, a dick. Or a straight ass. And I already said it was a C to B conversation, C or A and dick hole out of it. Or get bent. Get stuck on it. Hoop it. International beatdown. Pride and Prejudice. And I ain't ugly duckling. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, but God is their witness. Did you know God had a witness? Back to my crazy religious banter and satire. Before a word there was a breath. So what do you think Jesus said when he was speaking of the dead? In reverse. Oh, the humanity. I mean, shit, you know, my name actually translates as the same as my initials. DR, Z, 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 means fucking research scientist, engineer, priest, registered shaman, not a shaman. More like, there's another word for it. Magi is closer, guide ain't right. I'm not your guide. You don't want to walk or follow with me, I swear. I got like dead-eye vision on things, and you ain't the problem, thank you. You know what I'm high on in my eyes? The blood of my daughter. Now, fuck you. Hey, what way did you take that clay slapping clay? Go Lazarus up in this bitch. Or do I just have to, what was it, some hoodoo here and turn your bullets into flies? You poor things. You know. It's okay. Because innocence was placed between corruptibility and incorruptibility for that very reason. Children of eternity, children of creation. bet the only Naruto people fucking half saw that one. Anyway. And I wasn't even a fan. I kind of thought it was like over the top, too much rhetoric, too much soap opera shit. Naruto is just like a soap opera. Bankai! And you just see my Sephiroth up in here. This is what happens when I have to entertain myself. Peace to my neighbors. I'm recording me. Don't worry about it. You know what? If you need, you know what? It's okay. People had simple misunderstandings. You know what? Public relations and foreign relations and all around people relations, the humanity is, honest mistakes happen. Okay? It's what people act upon from there. Even when I told this other dude that was this other guy that started all these propaganda things that I had to do a PR campaign against. I still have his posters too. No, people in the crosshairs. I'm sorry. I really just. I can't believe the police would tell me my life is in danger around the guy and they wouldn't arrest him then. He called the cops for me taking the trash out without him checking the hallway first. It's a poor baby. Too old for this shit button. Meanwhile, while PR relations and foreign relations come full circle and get out of their Blinko chip mode, because that just gossip kills. I mean, how do you think Jesus died? Because everyone kept on thinking he was like God or something. How many times did the guy say that it's all in your head, I'm only a messenger? I mean, holy Frank, Elijah, Ezekiel, Emmanuel. Yeshua. Learn some Hebrew then. It means horse face. I know I'm going like super lattice on a lot of people right now. But you didn't know what kind of white I can get. Like albino. Anyway. I'm like translucent. Be careful. And you know what the real problem is? I'd be bored out of my wits and there's just people acting on their own misunderstandings and I can make fun of them. It's like, don't fall on your own trip. You make it hard to look out for people anymore. Because you're just plain ignorant. Sometimes. And then I can say, hey, it's there. And you're hallucinating. Oh, you ain't got a clue on what. So yeah, aside from that refractor beam, that's just ashes and a little bit of dust. I need the dust out of my hair real quick. Yeah. And they'll think it's a horn instead. Eagle! I got, you know what? That's actually my favorite epic rap battle. When Lincoln came in and just bitch smashes both. And be a gentleman, hold the door. You know, like, quick, everyone look at me and get shot in the back of the head. See? Look, I'm the bait. Be careful. I heard there was a terrorist organization stalking me. I might have too much fun with this. You just don't know where I've been. That's the best part. All what I've done. But nothing illegal. Nothing for illegal purposing. Nothing for criminal intent purposing. It's actually quite the contrary. But anyway, might as well be just crazy wingnut land and try to make some extra money or something. Or is that just too international for people? I tend to default to high English relatively for international purposing, especially when people are like, "Hey, you sound like a," and that's why I was like, "No, I'll talk in a fake accent. This ain't." I learned my honky talk here in Ohio. Don't worry about that. I just curved titles down. Now I'm acting like the rest of them. Why? America, when did you become Rome? So who's gonna be your Jesus this time? The president? Eh. Mr. Jesus. How did we get you off the cross? And the God said the Logos. Yeah, get pickish. You don't know what pagan versus Wiccan is. I ain't gonna sit here as a frickin' Slavic pagan traditionalist. It's called a traditionalist. As in natural sciences. Natural sciences, natural energy around us, even aluminum, the bioelectric field. Why do you think the crazy fuckers that they put the aluminum hats? I'm like, it's gonna bounce your own thoughts back in your head. You're gonna go nuts. Don't wear tinfoil hats. It'll bounce your own thoughts back in your own head. That's my blind slice today. I don't know, try copper plating and maybe you'll get absorbed. Yeah. I actually, there's some engineers that know exactly what I just said. I should be making bank. I do poor man's copyright with scientific. It's actually functional scientific art and prototyping. Proof and concept. This face here means I'm gonna need another coffee. Or give me triple of what you got to deal with this world. Oh, world. Oh, the humanity. They lost their hue, adjust your contrast. Or should I turn it up for you? All on its own. Oh, yeah, speaking of that kind of psychology, they're just tapping into the psychological experience of instinctual goddamn survivalism. And then they fucking become a spear point. And that's why I kind of seem a little about it, because I'm like, this is a good, bad thing. For me, it does nothing. Point blank. The psychological experience, some woman would have to, here, let me sugarcoat some bullshit for you. Is approximately the fucks I give. Because nothing been real. Everyone wants to play a game. So I say, here. Mirror that. Refract your reflection. Want to see a triple laser experiment? Do you want to see what kind of crazy scientist I really am? Some people do. It's a quartz oscillator. I'm using dielectric fields. I bet your AI going, yeah, that dude. Like, yeah, I could pretty much be like, here's a list. But I don't have to. It'd be too much fun. Then it's too convenient. Really too convenient. Anyway, I'm at the 35 overtime. And I still have, what? Kills for this video. I'm still sitting at that point. About an 8. You know, I got the burrito to eat. Some beef spicy. Substitute shit. So I hope you enjoyed the show.